What is up, guys? It is the Sound Alchemist, and welcome back to another 40 facts on the Warhammer 40K universe. This video is a pretty interesting one, and one that I was looking forward to the most out of pretty much a lot of videos that I make. So, this one was entirely inspired. I was going to say expired. This one was inspired by you guys, the subscribers. One of you guys asked us on one of our Greater WoW videos that if we could create our own Chaos God, what would it be? What would it look like? What would it entail? What Chaos Demons would they have? And that is a really cool idea because the 40K universe gives you so many avenues to explore. You can go into Chaos, Xenos, the Imperium, Space Marines, and whatnot. There's just so much creativity that you guys can put in from yourselves. And I never even thought about making our own Chaos God. So I really looked into it to see what kind of Chaos God would look really badass, would sound really badass, and would make sense in the 40K setting. So after a whole bunch of deliberation, I finally came out with a pretty well established Chaos God. So without further ado, guys, I bring you the Chaos God of Despair, Anobaith. The Chaos Gods are powerful entities that inhabit the warp, and they feed off of emotions, desires, and beliefs of sentient beings in the material universe. The most powerful, of course, are the four Chaos Gods: Khorne, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and Nurgle. Amongst these four, there are countless other minor gods. These gods are formed through a single emotion or a concept, and they get stronger and stronger by having mortals worship them and feed into them through their emotions and beliefs. Now, Chaos Gods are able to expand a faction of their power towards creating demons. These demons are essentially a reflection of their god, and can traverse the warp and enter real space. The stronger the Chaos God is, the more demons they can summon. Unfortunately, some gods are so weak that they could only expend their entire power to create a single demon, thus transforming the god to a demon itself. If this demon is slain, however, so too does the god cease to exist. Such is the two-bladed sword. You gain power and enter real space, but you also suffer from death. The ruinous forces of chaos have near limitless power. Khorne, the god of blood, war, and murder. Tzeentch, the god of change, sorcery, and schemes. Slaanesh, god of pleasure, perfection, and lust. And Nurgle, the god of disease, death, and decay, have always existed, for these emotions and beliefs that feed into them have always been around. Now, a new god has slowly been building power, slowly attaining more followers, especially in a galaxy that is being besieged by war on all fronts. He is the god of despair, Anobaith, and he will rise amongst the chaotic dark gods. Anobaith is the god of despair, hopelessness, and self-harm. His domain is a murky bog, clouded in thick mist and heavy rains within the warp. Here very little light exists, for in his corner of the warp, those who praise him have long since lost their will to continue on. They are in their own deep, dark abyss. Anobaith is depicted as being a large black shadow donning a white mask. Beneath this mask, the light that has gone out of his followers resides. Their once burning will, ambitions, and goals, now reduced to embers, ash, and smoke. With the galaxy being in an unending war, countless lives are losing hope. They are waiting for reinforcements that never arrive. They are losing their loved ones. They are living in horrible conditions. Some are being taken as slaves. Despair and self-harm are rampant within massive cramped hive cities, and deep within the Drukhari cells, many slaves take their own lives, for death is better than eternal hopelessness. And eternal hopelessness is exactly what Anobaith thrives on. The lesser demon, the Husk. They are slow, and they feel practically no pain. They are also covered in tattered cloths or animal hides to conceal their true form. They do wear a plain white mask, and glowing red eyes dart out due to them sobbing all the time. They can then summon forth storm clouds above, and a pack of husks is usually accompanied by rain showers. Legend has it that husks are created by the souls of suicide victims, each one hollow inside. The greater demon of despair, the Abysmal Shade. They have massive exoskeleton bodies, and they've discarded the cloak and are much more quicker than their predecessors. They attack all out with no regard for their safety or longevity. They have experienced true despair, and now there is nothing worse to fear. They tend to release an aura of hopelessness, causing the weak-willed enemy to stop in their tracks, and perhaps end it right then and there, then face this hulking monstrosity. Contrary to the Husks' plain masks, they have twisted grins, or faces racked with agony upon theirs. This is to better instill fear into their enemies. And with that being said, guys, that kind of concludes my beginnings into this minor chaos god of despair. It's minor now, but the way the 41st millennium is, war's all over the place. It's not a great place to live in, even if you're on a pleasure planet. So, despair will eventually come to all living beings. Now, when I was coming up with this, the reason why I came with the God of Despair was because I went through Slaanesh. Slaanesh, even though it's all about lust, pleasure, that kind of stuff, another aspect that often gets overlooked for Slaanesh is the strive towards becoming perfect. When you're striving for perfection, you want to be the best you can be. You want to be beautiful in every way possible. You want to be the best swordsman. You're just trying to make yourself perfect. And the opposite of that is despair. When you're in this hole, in this agony, when you're feeling racked and being besieged by hopelessness, you're not yourself. You can't be the best you when you feel alone, you feel defeated. Despair is something that a lot of people go through. It's something that we can't necessarily escape. Now, I've personally been touched with despair in many aspects of my life. I've had friends and family who've committed suicide, they self-harm, they just felt worthless. And speaking to them and, seeing everything they go through, all their hardships, this is an emotion that is real. I feel like it may even be even stronger than like the four chaos gods, like Khorne, obviously anger, Nurgle, death, decay, that kind of thing. But despair is something that hits hard, hits home, and it's an emotion that's just, nobody wants to feel it, but when it grabs a hold of you, it's devastating. Sometimes it's the last emotion you feel. So because of that, I decided to go with the chaos god of despair, and I've molded it into something that I personally can relate to. So because of that, writing the lore down, I just have more ideas, more thoughts. And even though I couldn't get the images, like the images you see for like the husks, the abysmal shades, that's as close as I could find on the internet without me having like a horrible drawing that I made up myself there. But I mean, this is only the beginning. I feel like I'm going to incorporate this into my own chaos lore, and I'll probably go from there. I'll just keep building on because this is a great topic. The chaos gods, they're huge in the lore of Warhammer 40K. I mean, look at what they did to Horus. They caused the freaking heresy that literally shaped the universe into what it is now, all because of emotions. The warp is such a huge, vast, just span of emotions. That's pretty much all it is, and it's all thanks to living beings. So the way the universe is in the 41st millennium is all shaped by humans. People, thoughts, beliefs, ideas. All these things that we feel are fueling the gods, and the gods are therefore giving the same feelings back towards these beings, whether it's chaos mutations, the Emperor, the God of Order, whatever you want to call him. It all comes back together. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit too philosophical here. I did minor in philosophy, but that's neither here nor there. You guys wanted to hear my take on the Chaos God that I created. So that's what it is, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, if you did not, if you guys have your own ideas of a Chaos God that you guys want to create and want to let us know about it, you know, write it down in the comments. Send it to us on our Facebook page. I'd like to read and get your interpretation of what Chaos God you guys would like to create, what abilities it would have, what psychic powers. Oh, that's another thing. I didn't even think about psychic powers, but yeah, I'll make a part 2 of this. I'll flesh out a little bit more. I'll make it more concrete, and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, this was a great topic. Thank you, subscriber who asked us this question on the Greater Wall. Really great topic, really good question. And yeah, that's all I've got. As always, guys, I'm the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll be catching you guys tomorrow.